Welcome to the weekend, everybody. And thank you for joining us. I'm Penguin.
And I'm Chef.
And today we're going to do a review. If you watched our haul, if you remember our haul, we bought this. The new Duncan Hines Keto-friendly classic yellow cake mix. We had talked about how the chef's favorite cake was a yellow cake with chocolate frosting.
Been that way since I was a little kid.
Always loved that combination he has. So that's what we're going to do. We've got our keto-friendly cake mix. And we have some Pillsbury sugar-free chocolate fudge frosting. We already had this on hand. Duncan Hines didn't have any keto frosting at the store. Maybe they do and they were sold out. But we didn't see any. So we're going to go with the next best thing. Anyway, you're supposed to make the cake, cut it into 10 pieces, and it's 4 grams of net carbs for the cake per piece. When we add the frosting to it, it'll make about 6 net carbs per piece. But hey, that's okay. So we're going to bake this up, and we're going to taste it for you guys, and we're going to let you guys know how this compares to a regular cake, and if it's worth the almost $5 a box. So let's get started on this. Now, it says that this cake mix is also gluten-free. It says it's perfectly moist. It also says that it's made with almond flour and coconut flour, if you can see that right there. And it gives you options. The basic recipe calls for, if you can see this, a half a cup of water, 3 large eggs, and 3 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. That's how we're going to make it today. We're going to make it as directed on the back of this box. But it gives you the options on the side here that if you don't want to use coconut oil or you don't have it, you can replace it with 3 tablespoons of melted butter, avocado oil, or plain Greek yogurt. Like I said, we're going to make it according to how it is on the back of the box. It says you can use an 8x8 or 9x9 pan. Or you can use, you can make 12 cupcakes. We're just going to go ahead and use a 9x9 pan. And it recommends for you to line your pan with parchment paper or butter it very well. So as you can see here, I've got my square pan. I've buttered the bottom so the parchment paper will adhere better. And I've also sprayed it again after I got the parchment paper in. So let's get to making up this cake, because the sooner we make it, the sooner we get to try it. And we're excited about this one. So we hope everybody's had a good start to their weekend. It's Friday. It'll be Saturday morning here very soon. You know us in our vampire hours.
Not sleeping.
Did you take my scissors?
Yeah, I thought you were done with them.
No, I needed it to cut the
Sorry.
cake mix.
Be right there.
The chef took my tools. Took my handy dandy tools. Okay, so we're going to cut this open. And first thing I want to do is smell it. Well, you smell it?
Smells like cake mix.
To me, it smells like a regular yellow cake mix. If you can see down in the package. Smells good. So we're going to get this dumped into our bowl. You don't want to use an electric mixer for this one, apparently, because it says to stir. So I guess it's kind of like if you're working with a brownie mix. You're not going to want to mix it with a stand mixer or a hand mixer or anything. I can see that the texture is just a tad bit different, but I guess that's because we're so used to seeing almond flour and stuff. But you know what? It's all about the taste and how it's going to taste. So to this, we're supposed to add a half a cup of water. I've actually got a cup here, so I was thinking it called for a cup of water. All right, that's about a half a cup of water. And we're going to do 3 eggs. Excited about this one. We know that even though it's keto, you still can't sit and eat a bunch of it. It's everything in moderation.
Especially not after the dinner I just cooked.
Yeah, chef made us a steak dinner, which I'll include a picture right here. And it was really good. We enjoyed that.
I cooked steaks and peppers and onions and mushrooms, and then for our side I made asparagus with zucchini and squash.
Yeah, it was a healthy dinner. I'm not much of a steak eater, but I ate about half of it, maybe a little over half of it. So, there I go using that. So I need to make a video where I make a promise to myself to not use that word.
What?
I'm not going to say it again. Okay, and in here I have my 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. So I'm going to pour that in.
Hey, I got a tear in my sock. Can you sew it for me?
No, I don't know how.
Don't know how to what?
I don't know how to do that thing with the needle and thread. Okay, so we've got our water, our eggs, and our coconut oil. So now I'm going to break up my eggs and we're going to mix this. It says to give it about 50 stirs. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to leave the camera on. We'll just speed this part up and put some music to it. What do you say? Unless Chef's got something he wants to talk about.
No, I don't.
You? Speechless?
Full.
Full? Ready to go to sleep?
Yeah, I'm hoping these turn out good because I want to try them brownies too. I'd love to have a brownie a la mode.
Yeah. I think we're going to have a little bit of ice cream with this anyway because we don't have any milk. I said a glass of milk sounds really good right now, but because milk has a lot of carbs in it, we don't have any milk, and I don't like almond milk. Do you care about almond milk much?
No.
Yeah.
You got some hanging on the side of this bowl.
I got what?
Inside up high on your side right there.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, see, I'll get it when I think they want you to mix it so much because the longer you mix it, the thicker it gets. So I will say that it's thicker than a normal cake batter consistency. It's more like a thick brownie batter consistency, but that doesn't mean anything. The result comes in the end when you're all done making it. That's when you'll know how it's really going to be.
Yeah, we've tried some other recipes for different things off of YouTube and off of Google that were supposed to be low carb, and they raved about how good they tasted. You couldn't tell the difference. And we made them exactly to their recipes, and then the end result looked good, but by the time you tasted it, it was just a waste of time and money.
Yeah, we've always had to go back and tweak our own and add stuff to it or remove stuff from it. I mean, there's been a couple that has turned out pretty good.
Yeah, not everyone was bad, but a lot of them.
Yeah.
Everybody's got different taste buds. Maybe it tasted good to that person, but not to us.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to worry about getting any more of that out of there. I think whoops, got it all over me. I think I'm making enough noise. All right, we've got our oven preheated to 350 degrees, which is the recommended baking temperature. So I got my pan here, and I'm gonna, if you can see, it's thick. It is thick. It's clinging to my spoonula or my spatula, whatever you guys want to call it. I'm gonna get this down in here and get it spread out. We're going to cross our fingers and hope for the best. Like I said, Duncan Hines has a good reputation for making delicious goodies.
Yeah, they do.
And we appreciate the fact that they're even trying to make something that is keto friendly. Even though me and the chef are not actually keto dieting. We're low carb dieting, but still. We've had the Pillsbury sugar-free yellow cake mix before, and it was good.
Yeah.
But it has, I think if I'm remembering correctly, and we probably have a cake mix around here somewhere, but I think it has about 12 carbs per slice, and that's without any icing or anything like that. Yeah, I want to keep the box. Okay. It's kind of hard to flatten out. I think I'm going to... Give me a second. I'm going to wash my hands and spread this out better. All right. Got my little trusty Wiltons right here, and I'm going to see if this will work any better. Maybe, maybe not. Just trying to get it to smooth out to even level all over. We don't want a lopsided cake. if we can avoid it. We want a pretty cake. One that's going to look good, one that's going to taste good. Because if this turns out well, then we can always amp it up. We can add flavored extracts to it. We can add chips to it.
Yellow cake.
We can make a sugar-free Jello poke cake. We could do all kinds of things with it if it turns out and it's actually worth it. If it doesn't have that desired flavor or texture, then we probably won't spend the money on it again. We'll just keep doing our own.
But if it does turn out, we also bought a box of the brownie mix. We'll come back and have the recipe on how to do the brownies if the cake turns out.
Yeah, we will do a review on the brownie mix as well, for sure. Absolutely. Because we'd rather people have an idea of what it's going to be like before they go out and spend the same amount of money on it. Not as if everybody's opinion's the same, but we will give an honest review on this for sure. All right. I think it's about level. What do you guys think? Think it's about level? Getting all this brushed down here. All my sides pushed down. I think. Can you guys see that? I think it's about level. All right. So we're going to put this in our oven. Again, it's preheated to 350 degrees. And it says 24 to 28 minutes. It says, or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. We're going to get this in the oven, and when it's done, we'll be back with you. Okay, guys, here's the cake out of the oven. I just took it out. It took a full 28 minutes. At 24 minutes, the center was still jiggly. I would say it probably rose about an inch, maybe. Definitely didn't rise like a normal cake would, but then again, it's not a normal cake. What's really going to matter is how it tastes. So the directions say to let it sit in the pan for 15 minutes and to cool off. And then we're going to take it out with the parchment paper. And then we're going to let it cool completely before we frost it. So we're just going to sit here and wait. And when we get ready to take it out, we'll be back. All right, everybody. It's been 15 minutes. That's how long it suggests that you leave it in the pan in the parchment paper. So I'm going to take it out now. Can you grab the pan, babe? Hang on just a sec. I'm going to have the chef move the glass pan when I take this out. It's hot a little bit. And we're just going to set it down here and pull our parchment paper down.
Are you going to set it back in the pan when you're done? No? Okay.
I will say it smells really good. See if I can give
cake.
It does smell like cake, and I pressed down on it and it was definitely spongy, I guess is what I want to say. I don't know if I can give you guys more of an angle of how much it rose or not. I mean, it didn't rise as much as a normal cake would, but I mean, it rose more than I actually thought it would, which is good. That's always a plus.
That's about an inch and a half thick, probably.
Yeah, probably about an inch and a half thick, I'd say. So, which is good. I mean, we're happy with that. It's still warm. It's too warm to ice yet. So we're going to wait. Just by looking at it, the way it rose and the color of it, to me, it reminds me of if you were to make Jiffy cornbread mix out of the box. You know, if you're making cornbread with that. Except this feels a lot softer. But the color and in matters of how much it rose, I would say it would be comparable to that. But we're just going to let it finish. We're excited. So it smells really good. It smells like a cake. So like I said, everything is in the taste. It's going to depend on how it tastes. So we're just going to let it cool the rest of the way. Come on, baby, cool. Going to let it cool the rest of the way. I'm going to frost it up a little bit. And then we're going to taste it. So when we get to that point, we'll bring you guys back. Okay, guys, the cake's cooled off now. So we're getting ready to open our sugar-free chocolate frosting. And we just thought we'd keep you along for the ride while I frost this up a little bit. That's what the frosting, the sugar-free frosting looks like inside the container.
It's pretty close to real frosting.
Yeah, it's a little bit, I don't know what I want to say. It's not as light and fluffy. It's more fudgy than regular frosting, so I'm hoping it's going to go on well.
And it's not quite as sweet.
No, it's sweet, but in a different kind of way, because obviously it has artificial sweeteners in it. So I'm not putting a thick layer of frosting on here, and obviously we're not going to frost the whole cake because we don't need, I mean, we're not going to frost the sides and all that because we don't need that much extra icing.
Right.
So I'm just trying to be gentle with it because, like I said, the frosting is a little bit more fudgy, a little harder. I guess I could stick it in the microwave, but I don't really want to do that because I don't know how it would react to being heated up. So just gonna put some of this on here. I'm just gonna leave the camera on and I'll just speed you guys up if I need to. Okay guys, I think that's about it for the frosting. I don't want to put too much. If the chef wants a little extra on his piece,
Looks good.
I can add a little extra on there. So see if I can, here, can you take that? We'll see if I can give you guys a better close-up of what it looks like. There's the frosting. There's the other side. See if you can see the thickness. So we're going to get ready to cut ourselves a piece. And we're going to give it a taste.
Yep.
Not on camera. We're just going to give it a taste, right?
I'll do it on camera. I don't care.
Chef said he'll do it on camera. I still haven't slept much and I just don't want to go on camera. So, but Chef said he will. So we'll be right back as soon as we get a piece cut up. Okay guys, it says to cut it in 10 pieces. So if you can see, I cut it right down the center. And then I went along and I cut these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a total of 10 pieces.
About the size of an eclair,
yeah.
I'd say. Chocolate eclair.
Maybe just a little bit smaller than a chocolate eclair, but yeah, about that size. So I'm going to get a piece on the chef's plate and let him give it a try.
Okay, there it is. You guys can see it. Got enough icing on it, not a ton of icing.
Get it real close. I'm telling you what, guys, this looks pretty good for a keto cake.
Like we said, it's about the size of an eclair, just a little smaller. We figured between the icing and the cake, it's got like 6.1 or 6.2.
It was
like it.
Yeah, it was 6.2 carbs for a piece that big, and I don't have a tape measure, but if I had to be specific, I'd say it's probably at least 5 inches long.
No, it's about 6 inches.
Okay. 5 to 6 inches long and about 2 inches wide.
So
yeah.
I'd say you get 5-6 good bites out of it.
Yeah.
I haven't had anything real sweet except for my fake candy for a while, so we're going to give this a shot.
How's it cut?
Cuts just like a cake.
And?
It's pretty good. There you go. Try a bite.
What would you say about it?
It's got just a little bit of the almond flour, coconut flour kind of thing going on. You can taste.
There's a piece of it.
Just a little bit. If I was rating it like 1 to 5, I'd probably give it like a 4.3, a 4.4. It's got just a little bit of a almond flour, coconut flour taste. You taste it.
Oh my God.
It's good, but just got that itty bitty bit of. I can tell it's not real cake mix flavor.
But you know what? It does have a hint of coconut.
Coconut?
But you can render a little bit of that by using the melted butter instead of the coconut oil. We use the coconut oil because that's what the cake mix called for. But like I showed you on the side panel, it said that you could swap out the coconut oil for melted butter. 3 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm going to eat my own piece.
Well, you can have another bite of mine if you like.
No, I want my own. I'll eat my own piece after a while.
I'm not going to take any of yours.
I'm not saying that. I don't want to get too many carbs. I know how many carbs is in a piece if I get it myself and eat it.
Think about this. You can have a whole slice of this and a scoop of the Breyers.
Card Smart.
Yeah. And you're still going to have about 10 or less on carbs.
Wow.
But yeah, I think it's really good. It's worth the $4.98.
If it was me speaking, out of all the keto things that we have ever tried, this is my personal opinion, I would give it 5 stars. It's moist. It doesn't have a nasty aftertaste.
It's just that little bit of.
Now, mind you, we have the chocolate on top. Maybe we should get a little piece with just the. Do you think you could? You don't have anything to drink, do you?
Mm-mm.
Hang on, guys. I'm gonna let the chef rinse his mouth out and have it. We're gonna try a little piece without any frosting. Okay, guys. I just wanted Chef to taste a little piece without the frosting on it. And see how it tastes then. Is it still sweet?
Yeah, it's still sweet.
Sweet enough for yellow cake?
Yeah.
Do you think it would make a good Jell-O cake?
Oh yeah, I definitely think it'd make a good Jell-O cake because it's got some give to it. You know, it's not dense, it's not dry. In Jell-O cake, you wouldn't want a Jell-O cake to be dry. But yeah, I'm definitely going to buy this again. I hope the brownies are that good.
I would say it's definitely worth the $5 that we paid for it.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be buying it again because the things that we can do with this is just, now that we know the base of the cake, we can do anything we want to with it. So that's the main thing. We can turn it to a Jell-O cake. We can make a peanut butter cake. We can add cocoa and make it a chocolate cake. So yeah. We can add vanilla sugar-free frosting. We can make our own sugar-free peanut butter frosting.
Oh, you could probably use it for pound cake too to have with fruit.
Yeah, make a pound cake because I know they sell sugar-free strawberry glaze. So you can even make strawberry shortcake with this. So yeah, guys, definitely, I'm 5 out of 5 stars on this one.
Yeah, like I said, I'm close to 4.5 out of 5.
So when Chef gives a cake a 4.5 out of 5 stars and it's keto, I'd say it's got to be pretty daggone good.
Yeah, I'm very picky.
Yeah, he is very picky about cake. So kudos to Duncan Hines on this one. They did a really good job. Definitely a good job. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining us in this review.
Yeah, when we do the brownie, we'll come back with a review on them. And when we eat those hot dog buns we bought the other day, we'll do a review on them too if you want.
Yeah, we'll do a review on the brownies, and we'll do a review on the hot dog buns that we bought in a haul that you guys will be seeing coming up probably tomorrow. And we might go on camera tomorrow. I'm not sure.
Hopefully we can go to the park.
Yeah, we're hoping we can get to the park. I'm not going to say anything because if it doesn't happen, then I don't want everybody to say, oh, but you said. Well, we're going to try. So that's it for now, guys. I'm going to go so I can eat my cake too. Yeah. Have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah. Duncan Hines Keto.
Thanks, Duncan Hines, for making a great cake.
Better believe it.
All right, guys, and no, this isn't sponsored. We're just doing it because we're fatties doing low carb, and we wanted some cake.
We don't even get paid for doing these videos, so no.
No, this is just something we're doing on our own. So, all right, guys, everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next video.
Stay safe.
Bye, guys.